We really boxing. Who wanted the baddest? Let's see.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow.
It's your boy D-Free. What's going on with you, man?
Hey, nothing, man. What's going on with you?
Oh, nothing, man. Final prediction time. So who you got, man? What's your final pick?
Oh, man. I've been saying Canelo's gonna edge it out all week. I looked at the weigh-in. Charlo looked like he's ready to go in there and commence to putting some hands and feet on Canelo. I mean, to me, it's still a 50-50 fight. I'm a slightly edge Canelo in this fight. Slightly.
Yeah, I think I would have to agree. I would have to agree with that wholeheartedly, man, because it's crazy. You just can't talk about a better opportunity for Charlo, but I just don't think he got what it takes to beat him. Salute to my brother Skywalker, man. So we heard about you doing your subscriber thing. How'd you finish out, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I did pretty well. I started off with 640. I ended up with 810. I'm at 810 now. So I put on roughly like 170 subscribers.
Yeah, that's not easy to do, man. That's not easy to do, but I'll tell you this. One thing I will say is that I don't believe Charlo gets a decision in Vegas, man. I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
I'll just be honest with you. He's not going to get no decision in Vegas. Not against Canelo, the cash cow. I don't care what he does. I think he would have to knock Canelo out to get a decision out there. I really believe that, man. I really believe that.
I don't think he has to knock him out. I think he just has to put on a performance similar to what Naval did.
Yeah.
If he could put on a similar performance, now we know I know he's not Bivol, but if he could put on a similar performance that what Bivol did, I could see him edging out Canelo because he's going to make it too obvious. Now what I did notice, and I was looking at the over and under in this fight, and I think it might mess around and end in a draw. It might mess around and end in a draw because a lot of people thinking Canelo is going to come in there and beat Charlo, and because of the two weight classes that he's jumping up. But like I tell everybody, Charlo fights at 54, but when he fights on fight night, he's usually weighing right around 165, 170 on fight night. So I don't think he's going to rehydrate too much more than what that is. I don't think he's going to go too much more because he came in at 167 3/4. He's probably going to go up. He's probably going to rehydrate to probably like 172, 173. I don't think he's going to go too much higher than that.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, he's not a big guy. He's only 6'5". I mean, only 6 foot tall. So, I mean, he's not a little guy, but he's not the biggest guy. I honestly believe Canelo might come in there heavier than him. I could be wrong about that, but I think Canelo might come in there about 180, 175, something like that. But I just think it's going to be a terrific fight. We got undercard. You think Ugas and Barrios going to live up to expectation?
I'm gonna say Ugas. I know a lot of people saying Ugas, he's been out of the ring. He hasn't fought since April. Barrios had a fight earlier this year. But I'm a favor Ugas because he's a better boxer. He's the bigger fighter, and he's been in there with better competition. Now we know Barrios been in there with Tank Davis, and he's been in there with Keith Thurman. But Keith Thurman is off a 2.5-year layoff, and he got knocked out by Tank Davis. Tank Davis came up from a smaller weight division and knocked him out. So I'm a favor Ugas. I think Ugas is going to win probably by a split decision.
Yeah, I can see that. I'll say the one thing I will say about Barrios is he's good, but unfortunately he's not good enough. He's kind of like a Danny Garcia where he's not gonna beat the top cats. He just really not. Salute to
Yeah.
Tay Tay, the real queen of MMA and combat. Hey, I tell you this though, the funny thing about this is that we're gonna get to see. I think his name is starts with a C. Cormel. I always miss his name up. Cormel something. The light skinned kid that's with Floyd. He's gonna be. I'm excited to see what he do because I heard he was supposed to be fighting Lee Woods, but for some reason he didn't. I don't know why, but I think he's gonna Cormel more as the Moulton. Is that his name? Cormel Moulton? I can't think of his name offhand.
You talking about Cornell?
Yeah, Cormel.
Yeah,
You keep saying Cornell. You make me want to say Cornell, but I think it's Cormel. Cormel.
yeah,
But
yeah.
he did everything in the amateurs, man, like a 3-time national champion in the amateurs. So he's really highly touted. But I mean, this is just going to be a terrific undercard, and we already know Jesus Ramos is about to go ahead and bury Lubin, man. So he's going to put Lubin in the dirt, man. So
Yeah,
I'm a
I
little
think,
nervous for my brother Lubin. Go ahead.
yeah. Well, Cornell, he's in there. This is his pro debut, and the
Mm-hmm,
guy he's fighting is 4-0.
mm-hmm,
So it's going to be a nice test for Cornell for his first
mm-hmm,
fight at in the professional. But as far as Lubin and Ramos,
mm-hmm,
if Lubin fight his style of fight, I think he can beat Ramos because Lubin has power as well, and
mm-hmm,
and and Lubin is the better boxer between the two. It's just a
mm-hmm.
matter of, is Lubin going to fight his fight, or is he going to get into a slugfest and allow Ramos to counter him with a big shot? So, and the one thing I noticed about Lubin, he has a suspect chin.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, and you know what it is? I think it's because he gets hit on that chin. And when you get hit like he get hit, because again, people don't wonder why I say this, but he's like Earl, where he got a Mexican come forward style. And to tell you the truth, to fight like that, you gotta have a beard, man. You gotta
yeah,
have a beard to absorb that kind of punishment. And Lubin just showed us a bunch of times he can't take it. He'll either go to bed or
yeah.
he'll have to stop the fight. I mean, he looked like a masked man when he
You
got
can't
hit,
go.
man. But salute to my brother Marky Dan in the chat. I'll say this though, this is gonna be a huge fight. I'm excited about it, man. I don't think people realize this. This is an opportunity, man. This is a real opportunity for your boy. Um, this is an opportunity for your boy Canelo to get his crown, man, as the Mexican superstar that he is. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing about Canelo, man. Canelo has been the greatest fighter of this current generation. Not Errol Spence, not Bud Crawford, not Tank Davis, not even Inoue. No one can compare to the career that this young man's put together. I mean, it's been absolutely amazing, man. Salute to my brother Marky Danson. Y'all watching that Colorado game? No, man, I'm out here trying to get ready for this fight tonight, man. And I'm trying to get a little workout in, but I just wanted to make sure that we came on here, man, talked about these big fights. Because I'm telling you this, man, Canelo really, with this win, you got to put him on a Mount Rushmore of Mexican boxing, man. Up there with Salvador Sanchez, Oscar De La Hoya, Chavez. I mean, you got to put him up there with the best, man. We said Caleb
Um,
Williams is the man who's going to be replacing is that Mahomes? Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know if you gotta put him up there with the best. He's in the conversation as one of the best Mexicans of all time.
Mm-hmm.
He's in that conversation even before that fight because let's be honest, he's the first Mexican undisputed champion, regardless of how he went about getting the belts. He
Mm-hmm.
did do something that no other Mexican did. So he's in that conversation now. By no means do I believe that he is the best Mexican of all times, but he's in the conversation as one of the best.
Yeah, I mean, And it just, Canelo has just done nothing but fight after fight, man. Give you the best fights available. Challenge
Nah,
himself. I
I
mean,
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
here we go.
I would not
Here we
say.
go.
I would not say that. No, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say fight after fight. He gave you the best fights available because John Ryder was not the best fight available. Triple G 3 was not the best fight available. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna say that. I mean,
and,
and truth be told, Canelo versus Bivol was not the best fight available. Now that ended up being a good fight, but it was not the best fight available. So no, I'm not gonna say that. He
I
have given
mean,
you some good fights.
hey, that's my brother
You
Free
guys
right
to
there.
stop. Y'all keep talking. Huh? You keep talking, man. And you shut the fuck up.
That brother's
Mm-mm.
crazy. He's the first undisputed in 4-belt era. Hey, I'll say this, man, and hey, my bad, K-Pasa Skywalker, but I was gonna say this, man. You really cannot down Canelo because Canelo has done everything you would want a fighter to do. They said he wouldn't fight the Charlos, he went in there and fought the Charlos. You say he wouldn't fight, you said he wouldn't fight Floyd, he fought Floyd. You say he wouldn't fight Sugar Shane Mosey, he
No,
fought
he
Sugar
did.
Shane Mosey. You
He
say
hasn't.
you
He hasn't fought Charlo. We wasn't talking about Jamel. We were talking about Jamal. Nobody was
but
talking
you
about Canelo and Jamel. We've been talking about Jamal and Canelo.
Speaking of
So
Jamal has a fight coming on the Boo Boo Mexican Monster card against Jose Benavidez Jr. So we're gonna get to see him back in the ring. But we want to talk about real fighters like pound for pound king Jamel Charlo, who's an undisputed champion at 154. Did something even the great Winky Wright didn't do. I mean, you just can't say enough about Jamel. Jamel, pound for pound #1 undisputed champion, going up 2 weight classes, just like Hall of Famer Roberto Duran did. I mean,
I
so
want.
similar to
I want. I
Floyd
want. I
Mayweather.
want. I mean, that's your opinion. If you got Jamel one on your pound for pound list, but I think a lot of people would disagree with that.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, on Roll with the Punches, man, we give you what we think, bro. I don't.
Now, what I will say is, if he goes in here and he beats Canelo and become two-time undisputed, I will say he is #1 pound for pound. I will say that.
I, I,
I wouldn't give it to him just yet. But if he go in there and he beats Canelo, I would say Jamel is #1 pound for pound.
I seen Jamel literally go through the division and clean out the entire division, not win a belt off somebody. I'm talking about single-handedly through a number of years, slowly collect all the belts at a
Yeah.
division and did it in dominating fashion, not good fashion, dominating fashion. I mean, when you see I'm gonna put it like this: when you see a guy fight Brandon Rios, who had, not Brandon Rios, what was the guy? Brandon Rosario. You see Brandon Rosario had just beat J. Rock, Julian Williams to death. Goes in there, gets him out of there. Lose the fight. I think before he lost the fight to Tony Harrison. Okay, cool. Tony Harrison comes back, dominates him, knocks out
No,
Brandon
but you got
Rosario, goes into
you
there.
got
Check this out. Really
yo you
lost
got
to
you got,
really lost to Brian Castano. Lost to Brian Castano. Comes back, gets his job, but he really lost. And comes back and knocks Brian Castano out. I mean, you can't really tell me there's guys doing that. Errol, only other person was doing that was maybe Errol Spence. That was it. But go ahead, my bad.
no,
Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say you gotta remember he had a couple of hiccups along that way for undisputed. He lost to Tony Harrison the first time and he came back and beat him. He got a
Mm-hmm.
draw with Brian Castano and then came back and beat him. So I'm not going to say that he's #1 pound for pound right now because he has some hiccups.
Mm-hmm.
If
Didn't Ali lose to
if you,
Frazier?
huh?
Didn't Ali lose to Frazier and Ken Norton?
Is who got the
Only
same record?
I said, didn't Ali lose to Frazier and Ken Norton along his way getting back the belts?
Yeah, but who was undefeated at the time that they was running for their division? I mean, I don't think it was none of those guys was undefeated. But I
At the
mean,
time when
you talking about a different era We talking about in this era right now.
I'm saying
you
it
got
all
you got a
correlates.
guy that's undefeated who beat the best fighter at 147 pounds at the time, and that man is 2-time undisputed.
He too time
Now,
undisputed. I get what
and
you're saying.
everybody know I'm not the biggest fan of Bud Crawford, but I gotta give him his respect when it's
right.
due.
I mean, and I'm not trying to take away from Bud Crawford, but other than Errol Spence, who did he beat? And it's
He
just
just
like that's the
he,
thing. Say what you want about Sean Porter. Sean Porter had one of the most underwhelming careers you ever seen. He tried
no,
hard. He won a belt. Check me out. He won a belt from Devin Alexander. He mauled Devin Alexander, stole the belt from him. And then Kell Brook beat him to death. Okay. Then he gets another chance and he loses to Udanis Ugas, who was getting beat up at 140, knocked out at 140. So he gets that guy and he gets a belt again. So what I'm saying at the end of the day, man, it was only fighter that I can say that I would give a lot of credit to Bud Crawford beating is the great Errol Spence. That's who I would say I would give the credit to, because Errol Spence then done it all. Errol Spence went through the divisions, kind of on some old school stuff, like on some Tommy Hearns type stuff. Went through the divisions, made it happen, became champion over and over again. Took to my brother Bruce Gas. So I got to give him credit where credit's due. So when I see a guy like Jamel, okay, he might have lost and got some draws, but that's what it takes to be a great fighter, man. I've seen Ali go in there undefeated, out of the ring 3 years, lose to Frazier, come back stronger than ever. That's what the great ones do. The whole Floyd Mayweather not losing, that kind of changed perception of things. But when you go out there and you fight the best of the best, I mean, I got to give him credit, man. I don't know about you, but what you think on that?
I give him credit. I'm just saying right now, I don't have him number one pound for pound. I'm giving him
Yeah.
credit. I just don't
Oh,
have
yeah,
him
you
number
can.
one pound for pound right now.
And you don't have to have him number one. I'm just more or less giving you my case for number one. And I can see why you would have your case for Bud, because Bud went in there and dominated Errol. So much so, I don't want to see them fight again. So we probably going to get that fight because, like Canelo said, it's going to be a payday. It's going to be a payday. But I'll say this, man. I love the fact that Jamel Charlo got enough heart to go in there and fight the best dude in the world, man. Everybody doesn't do that, man. They don't do that, brother. They just don't do that, brother. Hey, go on there.
I'm
Go
not.
ahead.
I'm no. I was gonna say. I mean, yeah, we say that those goods. I mean, we say that those fighters are the goods, but
Mm-hmm.
what have they done since they lost to Jamel Charlo?
Um, See, I'm not one of those guys that do that, because at the end of the day, when you lose a top tier fight, no, I'm serious. When you lose a top tier fight, that's like we say, okay, Ken Norton lost 3 times. Lost 2 times Ali, right? Now, I thought he beat Ali all 3 times, but still, Ken Norton still went in there and fought George Foreman. And he lost to George Foreman, but at the end of the day, it's tough to beat your biggest rival. When you lose to your biggest rival, I mean, unless you Manny Pacquiao or Duran, it's hard to come back and get another signature win after losing devastatingly. It's just tough to do it. I mean,
Yeah,
I thought Floyd beat Manny from pillar to post, and guess what Manny did? Beat up Adrian Broner and beat Keith one-time Thurman, former unified champion. So I mean, I give these guys credit because I give the guys credit who get in there and fight. You know, if you're gonna go in there and make it happen, you know, you can be like that Puerto Rican kid Shakur and tell me how tough you are, but I want to see you in the ring, bro. I want to see what you can do, bro. Pause. But like I said, this is just your boy BBO giving his opinion to my brother D Free about my pound for pound list. But I'll tell you this. I want to know this. What happens if Jamel gets stopped? What does that say about Canelo?
nothing. What is it supposed to say about him?
Uh, what I'm saying is this would be the time where I would say this would be Canelo's greatest win. If he can beat a young, hungry lion like Jamel Charlo, this would be his greatest win. You don't think so?
No, no.
What is his best win to you?
His best win is against somebody that was good in the division that he fights in. You can't say your best win is over somebody that's 2 weight classes below you. That's your best win. So if Tank Davis go out there and beat Monster anyway, that's his best win? No, it's not. That man is
Mm.
weight classes below him. No, it's not. That's why Tank Davis don't get they don't give Tank Davis credit for beating Leo Santa Cruz, and that's arguably his best win. That's
Mm-hmm.
a four division champion. That's arguably his best win, but they don't give him credit for that. So no, I don't say that. I can't give Canelo that as his best win because he's fighting somebody that's 2 weight classes smaller. You supposed to beat him. That's what you're supposed to do. That's like you going to fight somebody that's in grade school and you beat him up. Supposed to.
I mean, hey, y'all gotta watch my brother D3, man. This brother like a comedian, man. This dude said if you beat somebody up in grade school. What I say is this. Salute to my man Marky Dan saying Canelo is decent, but compared to his legacy guys like Ruben,
Yeah.
Ricardo, Carlos, I mean, you gotta be tough on him because I mean, at the end of the day, all he can do is fight who he fought. And at the end of the day, he lost to an old, small Floyd Mayweather, and nobody ever forgive him for that. He lost to Floyd. Floyd gave him a boxing lesson. It is what it is. He said exactly. I don't count losses against guys when they avenge in brutal fashion. Of course, my co-host does though. I don't. If you lose or get a draw and then you come back and put him in the bed, I gotta give you credit
No,
for that.
that's not.
I give you credit for that.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that he you throw him away. I didn't say that at
No,
all.
that's not what
But
he
it, but
said. What I'm saying, he didn't say you said that. What he's saying is that when you do that, I give you full credit if you come back and beat him to death
yeah,
after a
you
draw
get
or a loss.
you get credit for beating them, but that those losses and those draws don't go away. It happened. So you can't say that you can't act like it never happened because you had to rematch him in order to beat him. So
I'll give you
I
that.
mean
That's true.
you had to rematch him in order to beat. So that means you learned from your mistakes that you had before. But I'm talking about a guy who haven't had any mistakes. You haven't had
I
any
see what you're
mistakes.
saying. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. That makes sense. And you know what? And the funny thing is, it's like drinking vinegar to some people. But Terrence Crawford is a terrific fighter. I just say this. I want to know, can he do it again, Pauls? Can he beat Errol again? And I want to know, can he beat Tim Zoo? Because you got to remember, that's the son of the great Costa Zoo. Costa Zoo was one of the baddest dudes in boxing, in my opinion. We got to see if his son can live anywhere near up to that. But we'll see. Salute to my brother MP. Salute to Quiku, the TWT family. He said Charlo all day. I had Charlo MP, but I had to not think with my heart. I got to think about what I know. My heart says I want to see Charlo win. Good brother, can really fight, got great scrap. But when you get in there with Canelo, it's a different level. Canelo's a living legend. Canelo is a living legend. You
No,
really can't say there's a better fighter, maybe other than Chaz Crawford, than Canelo. Canelo is the greatest fighter we've seen since Floyd left. Him and Chance Crawford are the greatest two fighters we've
mm,
seen since Floyd left. And that's a fact. That's a
no, it's
fact.
not. No, it's
That's a
not.
fact.
That's not a
Yeah.
fact. That's a fact. That's a fact for you. That's not a fact for me. That's a
I
fact for
love how
you.
my brother D3 love to throw the boxing glove at the black man. But that's how it goes. That's how we
No,
do.
because I'm not saying that that Canelo and Bud is the greatest fighters that I've seen since Floyd, because I've seen a lot of great fighters. I'm not saying they're the best fighters since Floyd. I mean, me personally, I think the best fighter since Floyd is Tank Davis.
Well, that's a good opinion. But until he fights somebody, I won't know. I won't know.
I
I
mean,
mean, he at the end of the day, man, he's
he
fought
fought
the best guy.
he fought 29 people. So I mean, you can
I
say
mean,
they a bunch of they 29 nobodies, but I
no,
bet those
he fought some
29 nobodies
somebodies.
beat a lot of people.
Pedraza was a monster when he fought him at the IBF. I think that was at I want to say I was at 130 or 126, one of those. Pedraza was a monster, and Leo Santa Cruz is a great fighter. A great fighter. One of my favorite fighters on the PBC roster has always been Leo Santa Cruz. But I don't know, until Tank get in there with the Sugar Shakurs, the Puerto Rican kid, get in there with the American Dream, Devin Haney, I won't know. Get in there with
No,
Teofimo Lopez.
aren't
We
you
won't know.
the same aren't you the same person that told me that Shakur
Mhm.
Stevenson haven't done anything?
He hasn't.
Okay, so if Tank go in there and he stops Shakur in the third round, won't that be the same as you saying that Tank ain't fought nobody? Because you said that Shakur hasn't done anything.
What I'm saying is this, but Shakur is still a two-division champion. That's what I'm saying. He's still a two-division champion. And
So
you know
was
what's funny?
Leo Santa Cruz was a 4 division champion.
He was, but I'm just saying. I said Leo Santa Cruz count. You said he don't. But salute the
No,
people saying that
I said
go ahead.
Shakur Stevenson. I say Shakur Stevenson is the goods. I think Shakur Stevenson is a good fighter. You saying Shakur Stevenson hasn't done anything? I say he has,
Right.
but you say he hasn't done anything. But you said
I mean,
in
I
order
give it.
for us to give Tank credit, he has to get in there with Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney and those guys. But
Yeah,
you just said Shakur hasn't done anything, so if Tank go in there, he stops him. That's pretty much doing the same thing that you said Tank ain't been doing now.
I get what you're saying, but see, you a smart man. You a politician. You trying to switch it up. That's what Free do. And then he get the laughing, so it's all even more funny. But that's Free. I'm not gonna let Free. I'm not gonna Free do what you do, man. I'm not gonna let him free me, man. I'm not gonna let him do it.
They say you the best in Connecticut. Give me my fucking chain! You have to stop. Y'all keep talking. Huh? You keep talking, man. And you shut the fuck up.
All I'm saying is you can't have it both ways. Either Shakur Stevenson is good and you see how good he is, or he ain't done anything yet. So it's one of the other.
All
You
I'm saying, when I
say
say
both.
he ain't done, when I said he ain't done anything, I mean he's not done anything to run his mouth the way he do. At the end of the day, they're gonna say when Tank stops him, they're gonna say all he did was knock out another Spanish fighter, another Latino fighter. That's all they're gonna say. But me and you know that if he knocks this Latino out, it's gonna be huge for his resume because I think Sugar Shakur can fight. Just because I
Well,
think he can fight, don't mean he's done anything. I think Boots can fight, but he ain't done nothing.
according to you, Shakur Stevenson is another Latino. So if he go in there, he knocks out Shakur Stevenson. He knocks out another Latino. If he go in
That's
there,
what I
he
just
knocks.
said. That's what I just said.
No, but what I'm saying,
See,
I'm
my
saying
brother,
if he
you
go
ain't listening. I just said that.
if he go in there and he knocks out Tio, he knocks out another Latino. That's what y'all gonna say. Y'all gonna still keep saying he knocks out. He don't fight nobody but Latinos. That's what y'all gonna say.
If he was able to be the two-time lineal champion, a two-time lineal champion, former unified champion,
No,
who
y'all
got
can't.
Lomachenko,
Y'all can't
and he
have it
got
both ways though.
who
Okay.
got Lomachenko, and he got
See,
Josh Taylor on
y'all,
his record. That's a different
y'all,
ball game. You know for a fact. I put it like this.
y'all want to put double standards on situations because either the man is fighting good fighters or he ain't fighting good fighters. You say, oh, all he does is fight Latino, but Tio is part of that Latino that you claim that's all he fights, and then you want him to get in there with Tank Davis, and if Tank Davis stops him, you want to be like, oh, all he do is fight Latinos. But Tio is the guy that you want him to fight.
And you know what's funny? I'm gonna put it like this. I want everybody to hear this now. This is my brother, me and D Free. This is my guy. Pause. I got $500. If you ever want to bet Tank versus Tio, I got $500. If you ever want to bet, me and you, not nobody else, me and you, we can bet that. I'm telling you, Tio will smash Tank. It's not even a question. They're not even in the same league. You talking about
We
a
know they're not
pretty
in the
good
same
guy
league. They're
compared to a
absolutely
great
not
guy.
in the same league. They absolutely not in the same league. You're
I'm gonna
absolutely
read
right
this.
about that one.
I'm gonna read this comment real quick. My man Anthony said, "Salute to Anthony. Don't forget to like and subscribe, y'all, man. Subscribe, man, to me and D Free, and please smash that like button. Don't moonlight on us. Please smash that like button. And remember, D Free's a Latino. That's why he's saying the stuff he said. So just remember that. This is BBO, a regular Asiatic black man from here. We talking to a Latino guy from DC. We talking about a black man from Cleveland. compared to a Latino guy from DC. It's a little different. It's a little different how we see things. My man said every time a young Latino fighter comes from the amateurs, they either have to be the next Chavez, Senior, Golden Boy, Tito, or Miguel Cotto for Latino community. Well, that's what Sugar Shakur is. He's the next great Latin fighter. Because to be honest with you, this might come off a little controversial, excuse me for saying this, Free, but black guys, we dominate boxing. We own boxing. All the greatest fighters have been black. So, of course, when you get a Latino guy that got some scrap, we're going to go crazy. You got to remember, Ali was black. Sugar Ray Robinson was black. Sugar Ray Leonard was black. I mean, all the greatest of the greatest fighters were black. So that's why they get hype about maybe getting a Latino fighter. That's why you hear my man Free, who's a Latino, talk so much about Sugar Shakur. Because they want one. They want to get one. They want to get their one. Because we can go all day about the great black fighters, all day.
I never called Shakur Latino. You called him Latino. I said that's what you say. I never called Shakur Latino.
No. Top Rank put him on. It's Latino Heritage Month this month, and he was.
I understand what Top Rank did. I understand what Top Rank did.
And I'm going off the guy who said he didn't even know his father wearing Puerto Rican flags on his trunks. That's what I'm seeing. The man said he didn't know his father. I thought his grandfather and his mother raised him. I thought he was a black fighter. But, you know, nobody want to be black. As my man Paul Mooney said, God rest his soul, everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga. That's how it always goes. As soon as a brother can detach from us, that's what they do. But it happens.
Y'all do know Puerto Rico is part of America.
It is. It is. But they got Puerto Rican medals. They got different medals than us. They got different
Latino. He's not Latino. He's American.
American Latino. Tell Rosie Perez that. Tell Fat Joe that. Tell all those people who got Puerto Rican heritage that, and they're going to totally disagree with you. But Quickly is always joking around saying VBO say some crazy stuff he believes, I tell you. But again, as a black man, we've been dealing with this for 400 years, y'all. 400 years. Everybody want to attack the black man, so it's no big deal. He salute my brother EB. My man Andre John said Canelo will rematch Bill one time. He waited to get stronger. Charlo going to sleep. Ninja in trouble. I would agree with that.
I mean,
at the end of the
like I said,
go ahead.
I was just going back to the main topic that we were talking about. I mean, I like I said, I want Charlo to win because that would be a great win, and that would be something that nobody's done. I mean, Bud Crawford, he moved up one weight class and became two-time undisputed. Jamel will be moving up two division, and he will be simultaneously the undisputed champion. He will be the undisputed champion at 54 and at 68 simultaneously. I mean, I know they said they stripping him the belt, but he will go into the ring as the undisputed champion at 54. So
absolutely,
he would.
Absolutely. I mean, and I give it to you like this: at the end of the day, Bibble's too big for him to fight. Pause. He should have never fought Bibble in the first place. Canelo was there to be great, and he went in there and ran into a buzzsaw. It happens. When you dare to be great, like Sugar Ray Leonard, you know, Marvin Hearns, I mean, Marvin Hagler, you're going to get that. I mean, Tommy Hearns, you're going to get that. If you want to be the Aspire Division champion, you got to test yourself, man. And that's all Canelo does is fight the best of the best, the Billy Joe Saunders, the Austin Charlton of the world.
Don't you ever bring up Billy Joe Saunders as the best of the best. Don't you ever bring up Billy Joe Saunders.
Free, he's a two-division champion. Free, what are you talking about?
Billy Joe Saunders was not the best of the best.
He's a two-division champion. Free. Stop showing people's accomplishments, though.
Whether he was a two-division champion or not, niggas did not. Nobody looked at Billy Joe Saunders as one of the best of the best. Nobody.
Oh my God!
Name one person. Name one person that looked at Billy Joe Saunders as one of the best of the best.
Boo Andre.
Who?
Boo Andre.
Boo Andre don't know shit about boxing. If he say Billy Joe Saunders was one of the best of the best,
talk about boxing.
I can
You
tell you
said
that
what?
right now. I
I
said,
feel you,
Boo Boo
man.
don't know. I mean,
Hey,
of course, Canelo's going to say that because Canelo's fighting him.
I mean, I feel what you're saying, man. Maurice said, D3, hey, brother, what's up with my man Anthony, man? He said, can you drop the link? He said, be by Mexico, Andre, Marky Dan. He said, good thing everyone has an opinion. Quickly said, she said, T.O. will win. How do we get to T.O. Raggedy again? You got to remember, D3, the Latino, bought up Teofimo Lopez. I didn't bring him up. I didn't bring him up this time. So y'all can't say
No, no, no,
BBO bought him up.
no. I would admit, I brought T.O.'s name up because I was proving a point because BBO said all Tank Davis do is fight Latinos, but he also wants T.O. to fight Tank Davis. So that's another Latino that he wants Tank Davis to fight, but he say that's all he does is fight Latinos. So I was just proving a point. So yeah, I brought him up because I was proving a point.
Hey, and you know what's funny? That's why I say this all the time to D3. You're my older brother and I love you. And he don't take sides against the family. He know who T.O. is. He said, oh, Stevenson is half Latino, half
I
black.
don't know.
His father is black, his mother's Latino. No, I think his father's Puerto Rican and his mom is black. She said, if
Yeah,
only be one thing.
you talking about
T.O.
Shakur?
Shakur, sorry, Shakur.
Yeah, Shakur mother's black, his father is Puerto Rican.
Yeah. So that, yeah. He said, Puerto Ricans have Marky Dan said Puerto Ricans have a different history and culture, though D3. D3 don't believe that. He think Latino is just regular American. Puerto Ricans do not look at themselves as just
No,
regular
no, no,
Americans. They
no, no,
don't.
no. I don't think Latinos are regular Americans. I think
Talking about Puerto
Puerto
Ricans. That's what.
Ricans. Yeah,
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans, they're part of America now. So they're regular Americans now. They're part of
Yeah, but
America.
when you come off the elevator, you can smell them niggas, man, all the time.
You
They
don't, you
got
don't,
their
you.
dogu, their
I'm gonna tell you
music.
that
It's a total different culture.
if you don't need a passport to go there, you're part of that country. So if you don't need a passport to go to Puerto Rico, you're American.
I feel you.
At
I
one
feel that.
at
I
one
feel that.
time you did need a passport. So that's why they was considered Latinos because they wasn't part of America. They was part of the Latino community. But now
Yeah.
you don't need a passport because America pretty much bought them, and so they're part of America. So you don't need a
And we
passport.
gotta remember this, y'all. Salute to my brother D3. He's a former Spanish cop and service member as well. So he look at things a little different. My man he said Charlo, Kim hasn't like he doesn't fight fights. Where his second guesses his punches is when he finishes Charlo. Yeah, Charlo, and you know what? Salute to quickly. I'll be honest. I was on her show, listening to her show, and I had to remember. You know what? I like Charlo, but he don't got a chance against Canelo. Canelo's a living legend. Canelo's a living legend. Like, why would I go against a living legend? I had to correct myself, and I said, you know what? I love Charlo. Anybody that know that Jamel Charlo is my favorite fighter. I talk about Jamel Charlo all the time. D3 gets on me about talking about Jamel Charlo. He's one of my favorite fighters in boxing. I think people try to say I like T.O. That's more D3. But I like T.O. as well, a little bit as well. But Jamel Charlo is probably my favorite fighter since I've seen him fight. What was the guy's name? Lubin. When he fought Lubin, that's when he became my guy, Paul. He said, you
See,
really went from T.O.
I told y'all BBO be talking just to be talking because this man will sit here and tell y'all that he don't have a favorite fighter, but he just told y'all Jamel is his favorite fighter. I told y'all BBO be just talking just to be talking.
Well, I say this. I won't say I don't have a favorite fighter. I do. My favorite fighter has always been Jamel Charlo. I've been a big Jamel Charlo. I say he's number one pound for pound. D3 always is quick to, throw water on that opinion because he don't believe that Jamel has done enough. But I think Jamel, win, lose, or
No,
draw, he's the best.
I didn't say Jamel hasn't done enough. I mean, I can't take credit away from Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford, I mean, he has the skill level. See, like when I pick pound for pound, I go by styles. I don't go by because you're undisputed. Now, undisputed is a cherry on top because that comes with who you beat. So if I say this guy, I believe this guy is better than you, and then you go and beat that guy, and if you become undisputed by beating that guy, that's the cherry on top. But like I said, I go by how I look at the styles and what style, if they were the same weight, what style would beat who. Now, like I said, if Jamel goes out there and he beats Canelo, I will have Jamel as number one because right now Jamel is number two under Bud Crawford.
Okay, and okay. See, I didn't know you said that. Now I didn't know your pound for pound list. So you say number two. So I respect that. But what I'm saying, the bigger picture is this. My man Anthony said, "Can you?" He said, "D free. Is there a way you can drop the link on StreamYard?" So I want to jump into this conversation. Anthony, you don't want to get in here with a wild dog like BBO. You really don't, man. This is where we get crazy up here. You see, D3 got his camera off because he don't want to see me eye to eye. So it ought to tell you this is a serious conversation, bro. I got my brother scared to turn his camera on because I'm cooking so bad.
BBO, please, BBO. Everybody's been in the chat. Everybody seen me cook you every single week, day in and day out. I cook you every single time. Do not start. I mean, all y'all got to do is go back and look at the past live stream. I cook BBO every time. I got my camera off because I'm out and about, and I don't want y'all to see what's going on in the background. I want y'all to focus on this conversation and watch me cook BBO like I always do.
Now, my brother probably must have had him, what they call them things? He must have had one of them orange juice and champagnes, man, before he got going today. So we're going to let that go. He said, they're niggas too. Salute to my brother BC in the chat, my brother. He said, you correct, that's a U.S. territory. What do you say? He said, hold on one second. He said, bruh, it's T. Oh, quickly said T is my favorite fighter. That's rough. He said, in New York, Puerto Rican people know they're Americans. He said, I know Puerto Ricans D3, does not sound Puerto Ricans. He said, I know Puerto Ricans D3, does not sound Puerto Rican. I don't know what you're talking about. No, D3 is a Puerto Rican, bro. That's like you don't know what you're talking about.
I am Puerto Rican. What are you talking about?
Yeah, D3 is a Puerto Rican. That's what makes the show so cool. You got the black and Spanish mix up. It always is good. The black guy always picking the Spanish cat. That's how I go. He said, BBO look like Russell Westbrook's brother. Hey, D3, I want you to stop getting the smoker, man. But it's a serious conversation. So, getting back to this fight, would you say this? I wanted to say this. I want to hear you say this. Can you finally admit if he beats Jamel Charlo, this avenges the Floyd Mayweather loss? Would you say that, Free?
Say that again?
I said, so if Canelo beats Jamel Charlo, does this avenge the Floyd Mayweather loss?
Hell no. How you going to avenge the Floyd Mayweather beating? And you by beating somebody else, you didn't beat Floyd Mayweather. That's the only way you can revenge that is by beating Floyd Mayweather. You got beat by Floyd Mayweather. You didn't get beat by Jamel. Only thing he can revenge is if Jamel would have beat him. He didn't lose to Jamel. So no, that has nothing to do with Floyd.
All I was asking was beating a guy, a slick fighter, who you said is number 2 pound for pound on your list. You would have to say if he beats Jamel, this avenges the Floyd Mayweather loss. We can't bring that loss up no more. Because no matter what, Canelo was not a prospect when he fought. A lot of lies have been out there to say, oh, he was a prospect, he was young. No, he wasn't. He was already a champion at 154 and had defended his belt twice already. So all that talk about Canelo was young, he was too inexperienced. No, that's not true. Canelo was already in his prime, ready to go fight. He was, what, 23, 24 years old? That's your prime, dog. That's your prime. People don't be like Floyd. Floyd was like 100 years old, beating people to death. That don't happen, man. That's for like the LeBron Jameses, the Michael Jordans. You know, you got to be very, very special to be good. Oh, everybody's not like that.
Yeah, y'all gotta understand. At that time when Canelo fought Floyd, he was entering into his prime because y'all gotta remember Canelo had already had 44 fights by the time he faced Floyd Mayweather. So it's not like he only had 15, 16 fights. That man had more fights than Floyd had at the time. He had more
He
fights than
did
Floyd had at the time when
quite a
he was
bit more
fighting
at that.
Floyd. Yeah. So
Quite a bit more. And I just think it's a bad rap that they try to put. It's nothing more than to diminish Floyd Mayweather. You don't say what you want. Floyd Mayweather was a wild guy. He was an awful person outside of boxing. But when it came to that ring, the brother was the best of the best. In my opinion, other than Willie Pep, Sugar Ray Robinson, and Ali, there's not any guys better than him. But you got to put Willie Pep ahead of him, who invented the angles, and you got to put Sugar Ray Robinson ahead of him, and you got to put Ali in there because of what he did culturally and what he did in the ring. So I got to give him credit for that. He said, BBO, people actually say he beat down and passed his prime Miguel Cotto. Don't nobody say that but you, Anthony. If I remember, Miguel Cotto was the middleweight lineal champion when Canelo went in there and beat him to death. And I put like this: Canelo beat Miguel Cotto easier than Floyd did. To be honest with you, Miguel Cotto gave Floyd his best fight at 147 and above. So we gotta
no,
be honest on
I
that,
mean,
bro.
I wouldn't say Miguel Cotto was a. I wouldn't say he was a prime. I would say he was if he was in his prime, he was coming out of his prime because you got to remember when Miguel Cotto fought Canelo, Miguel Cotto was like 35, 36 years old. He was coming out of his prime. I wouldn't say he was a prime Miguel Cotto. He was more so
Right.
coming out of his prime. He was still good, but he was coming out of his prime. It wasn't the Miguel Cotto that fought Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao and uh, Mayorga. It wasn't that Miguel Cotto. It was the Miguel Cotto that was older and a little more wiser of how he boxed. He wasn't boxing the same way that he did when he was younger.
Yeah, I salute to my brother BC. I get what you're saying, dog. But I'm one of those guys, man, where the only problem you got is when it involves women, dog. I think that's cowardice, man. And you don't have to agree with me. It doesn't matter if you agree with me. I just think what he did outside the ring was foul, bro. That was foul. If you got daughters, you know that's foul, bro. Say what you want, that's foul, bro. But I'm
No,
gonna be
no.
honest with you. He said, wait a minute, there was a one fighter better than Floyd, Oscar. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm Oscar's biggest fan. People always pick with me about it because I'm black. You know, that's why Free does that. But I love Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya, to me, beat Floyd at 147, and he didn't give it to him. Oscar Floyd Sr. said the same thing. But at the end of the day, Oscar has always said repeatedly, whether it was when he beat Sugar Shane Mosey, after he beat Sugar Shane Mosey, he said Floyd Mayweather is the greatest fighter, hands down, I ever seen. So if Oscar says that, I gotta agree with the Golden Boy. There is no fighter better than Floyd, other than Willie Pep, uh, Sugar Ray Robinson, and Muhammad Ali. It's only three guys ahead of in my book. And this is just BBO's book. This is the Roll with the Punches podcast. We try to give it to you raw and uncut. He said Floyd was. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
I was just laughing. I was laughing what you said. You try to come and give it to raw and uncut. Pause.
Yeah. Oh, pause. My bad. Freeze rough. When he said Floyd versus Corrales was a dope fight. Well, Floyd beat Corrales so easy. I thought Corrales versus Gotti was a better fight to me because that was a war. He said Canelo would have still beat Cotto in his prime. I agree with. See, your daddy will keep it real. That's true. He said the Margarito fight didn't help gloves. He said we all can be foul, bro. I'm just not in the spotlight. I get what you're saying, bro. But BC, I want to know this. That's what I always say. If somebody grab up your little one like that, bro, you're not gonna be talking that crazy stuff you're talking now. Anything you can do, whatever you want, drugs, whatever. And when you talk about doing violence to women and stuff, come on, bro, that's not cool, bro. That's not cool. You Floyd, you can leave. You can leave. So that's just my opinion. You don't gotta agree with that, but no matter what, I got nothing but love for you, man. And I want you to know this. I just don't agree with it. But back to boxing, I'm telling you, man, Canelo Alvarez don't get enough credit. Canelo Alvarez is kind of underrated if you think about it. What would you say, Chris?
No, I'm not gonna say he's underrated. Canelo Alvarez get a lot of credit. He has he has the best resume in the sport of boxing. I mean, if you just look at his resume, he has the best resume in the sport of boxing. Now, if you take in content of the times that he fought those guys, that's a different
Hmm.
story. But he has the best resume in the sport of boxing, and so Canelo's not underrated by a long shot because a lot of people know that Canelo is a good fight. That's why they said this is going to be a great test for Jamel Charlo. It's going to prove how good Jamel Charlo is if he go in here and beat Canelo because everybody knows how good Canelo is. Canelo has one. I mean, he's slowing down because he got over 60 fights and he's only 33 years old. So he's starting to
Hmm.
slow down. He's getting a lot of wear and tear on his body. But no, it's. I mean, Canelo is a hell of a fighter. You take nothing away from him. We just don't like how he moves, but he's a hell of a fighter.
Yeah, and you know what? Freeze got a point. Canelo, he did one thing wrong. He should have just went in there and knocked out David Benavidez so people can stop. Because when he finally does, I guarantee you they won't give him credit. When he finally beats up David Morrell, they won't give him credit. When he beats up Boo Boo, actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, David Benavidez won't get a chance to fight Canelo because he's gonna lose to Boo Boo Andre. Boo
No, he's
Boo
not.
Andre is gonna
No,
beat
he's not.
him.
No, he's
Boo Boo
not.
Andre is gonna beat him the same way Crawford beats
No,
Spence. It's gonna be
no, he's
a
not.
exact
No, he's
photo
not.
because Boo Boo Andre is one of the most talented fighters in boxing. There was a time,
No,
and people don't remember this, Demetrius Andrade was trying to go up to heavyweight to fight Anthony Joshua. That's how cold this kid is. This kid is
no.
6'1",
That was at
strong,
one time. That's
southpaw.
not this time. That was at one
This is
time,
what I'm
not this
saying.
time.
Let me finish this real quick, free. Let your boy cook this one out. What I'm saying is Boo Boo Andrade has all the talent in the world. And he's about to go in there and he's going to give David Benavidez a boxing lesson. And he might even stop him. And I'm telling you, you heard it here from your boy BBO on the Road with the Punches podcast that Boo Boo Andre is going to dominate the meet, is going to dominate David Benavidez, dominate him. If not, if not, if not, put him in the hospital, bro. He's going to hurt him bad. But what you
No,
think, Chris?
no, no. I saw what Boo Boo looked like in his last fight. He has the only chance he has is if he can fight like he fought at 54. But the thing is, and the reality is, Boo Boo is slowing down and he's much older. He's slowing down and he's much older. Boo Boo don't move like he once did at 54. He don't box like he once did at 54. Boo Boo is more of a he tried to sit down on his punches now. It's like he got slower and so he's trying to sit down on his punches, but you can't do that with David Benavidez. He's gonna have the same problem that Caleb Plant had when he try to box and move around. You're gonna end up gassing out because he did gas out when he was fighting Demar Nichols. He was gassing out in that fight. It just Demar Mickelson wasn't good enough to beat Boo Boo. That's all that was. He wasn't good enough to beat Boo Boo. But if Demar Mickelson was David Benavidez that night, Boo Boo would have got stopped.
I say this, man. It frees my brother. And I got nothing but love for this guy. But the man must have had a drink because Boo Boo Andre, talent wise, is one of the most talented guys I've seen in the ring. I don't know where it be. I don't know where my brother Freeze been, but I've seen this dude get boxing lesson after boxing lesson. Granted, he hasn't had the top tier guys. You know, he fought bums like Luke Keeler and all these guys like that. But I can just say this: what I've seen with Boo Boo Andre lets me know he's going to dominate this kid because I've seen Caleb Plant dominate that dude David Benavidez until what? Until he got gassed out. We only say this about Boo Boo. Boo Boo beat you to death, and then he wants to get on cruise control. If he goes in there like he's supposed to and just beats the life out of David Benavidez like he can, because you won't admit this, but David Benavidez get hit too much. That's why I always had Jamal knocking him out. He gets hit too much. You get him in there with a real live guy who can know how to punch, turn the punch all the way over, and throw it with their hip pose. It's over for that kid because he gets hit way too much. Flush.
And so
Plus,
if Boo Boo gets stopped, then what?
then David's the better man. It's
That's what
that
you would
simple.
be saying. So you might as well go ahead and start practicing them words. Figure out how you can say it in different languages, because that's how many times you're going to say it.
Hey, like, let's make a friendly bet. Me and you make a friendly bet. So the Boo Boo Andre fight, right? Now this is me and my brother D. This is our bet. If Boo Boo loses, I'll take a pie to the face. If David loses, you gotta take a pie to the face live on air. How's that?
I got to take a
Something
what for the
small.
show?
You gotta get a pie and let somebody pie you in the face.
Oh, no doubt. That's not a problem.
So
I
we
know I
got
won't be
that.
doing it. I know I won't be doing it, so that's not a problem.
So get my brother free a big, nice Boston cream pie, one of my favorites. And just you're gonna get it smashed right in his face, and I'll do the same. Because Boo Boo Andre is gonna dominate it. Boo Boo Andre is a slick 6'1" southpaw, and everybody's been scared of this kid. Even Canelo was
What's going
kind
on,
of
Drew
didn't want to
Titan?
fight this kid. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, what's going on, Drew Titan? I see my man Drew in here. But
What's up with you, Drew?
uh, I mean, like I said, Boo Boo Andrade, he's a good fighter. It's just he's getting older. He having long layoffs, one after another. I mean, he hasn't fought since earlier last year. So I mean, this man is having layoffs after layoffs. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. We'll
Hey,
see.
salute to my brother Drew Titan. Salute to my brother BC. And I want y'all to know this. Salute to my brother Juan. Juan, the Puerto Rican apologist himself, is in the chat, y'all. The Puerto Rican apologist himself is in the chat. This is Sugar Shakur's biggest fan, my man Juan. But back to what I was saying. Boo Boo Andre is going to have the jab, the foot movement, and he's not easy to hit either. I don't know if you ever watched Boo Boo. Boo Boo pretty slick, man. He's pretty slick, bro. I'll tell
No,
you something funny. Go ahead.
obviously you didn't watch the Damon Mickelson fight, because Damon
I
Mickelson
did.
was catching. So you saw that Boo Boo was getting hit. What are you talking about?
That 8
He was
pounds
getting
is
hit.
a lot of weight on him. That 8 pounds is a lot of weight on him. That was a lot of weight on him, bro.
It's gonna be a lot of weight come to when he fight on David Benavidez. It's gonna be a lot of
That
weight.
was great. That
Not
was
not
crazy. That
only
was
not
crazy how you said that.
not
That
only
was
is it
crazy
gonna
how
be
you said that.
not only is it gonna be his 8 pounds, but it's gonna be David Benavidez 168 pounds on top of that. So that's 176 worth of weight that's gonna be on him.
Well, let me ask you this. So when you got that pie in your face, man, you cannot renege on the bet. The whole Roll with the Punches podcast heard you say that, brother. You cannot, so you can't go off this bet. You can't go off this bet. That brother
What?
said,
No,
he
I ain't
said,
got no problem with the bet, because I know I'm not losing. We might have to make sure that you come through with the bet, because I know I'm not losing.
what do you say?
I'm
BBO,
gonna
what are
have to
your
send somebody
thoughts?
out to I'm gonna have to
Hold
send
on one
somebody out
second.
to Cleveland and watch you.
What do you say, BBO? What's your thoughts on my line 2 comments? Let me go back to him. He said, there's no way in heck Boo Boo's going to beat David Benavidez. Boo Boo will have a gas tank issue, bro. I didn't know what you were smoking. You better get that to me. You a goofball. He said, no way. I don't believe there's no way he can handle David Benavidez pressure. David is going to walk through Boo Boo's shots, bro. Well, what I would
That's
say
how
to
I
that
feel.
is, bro,
That's how I
what
feel.
I would say, what I would say to that is, I've never seen it. I've never seen nobody walk through Boo Boo's punches. So it's just like I never seen nobody walk through Floyd's punches. So say what you want about a peer boxing, but he gonna get in there and put a show on.
Oh,
I'm telling you,
so,
he's
oh,
gonna
so
boot
hold
him
on.
from pillar to
So
post.
hold on.
But
So hold on. So hold on. You said you never seen nobody walk through Boo Boo, so you don't think that David Benavidez is going to walk through Boo Boo. And I said, I don't think Tio is going to beat Tank David, because I haven't seen nobody beat Tank David. We've seen people beat Tio. So why is mine so crazy?
Here we go.
Okay, we've seen a person beat Tio, but why
Here we go.
mine's is so crazy, but yours is not. And we know that Cambosa is nowhere near the level of a Tank Davis.
I'm gonna say this.
But
I'm gonna say this. I don't know if
mine
y'all
is
ever seen
crazy,
Coming
but
to
yours is not.
America. I don't know if y'all seen Coming to America. That's his one. That's his one. That's Free's one fight he can talk about. when the great Teofimo Lopez lost to George Cambozo, who was a former undisputed champion. Okay, that's cool. He lost to a former undisputed champion. It happened.
No,
He said,
all
y'all
I'm saying
wild for
is,
this bet.
all I'm saying is, if you let BBO talk long enough, he'll tell on himself. That's all I'm saying.
All I'll say is this. Hey, we're going to be back tonight, and we're going to be doing a vampire stream, so we're going to be up all night. You don't get to hear me cooking your boy, D-Free Pause all night. And I'm telling you, man.
What? Hold. You gotta say pause and then pause before you say it. Hold up.
Hey, that boy Free is rough, man. What do you say? Listen, man, I'm Shakur's agent. Hey, Juan, you everybody Puerto Rican's agent. When I heard you making them excuses you made up about Sugar Shakur in the comments, I said, this kid is biased, bro. I don't want to hear nothing this man got to say. That brother's biased. If y'all see one of my favorite subscribers, man, my brother Juan, that brother's biased, man. If it's Puerto Rican, it works everybody. He said, hold on, what's it? He said, Tank said, hold on, he said, Tank said his best, how he finna not pays the bills. You win, don't have power. That's going to determine people from walking you down. He said, Javante said his best, how far can skills pays the bills. You know when opponents can walk through the shots, they're not affecting them. All I say is this. You already understand Teofimo Lopez, the two-division lineal champion, former unified champion, who lost to undisputed champion George Kambosos. That's okay. He lost to the undisputed champion George Kambosos. But it's your boy BBO.
No, that don't even make sense. You're not gonna end like that. You're not gonna end like that because that don't even make sense. You said he lost. He was a unified champion and he lost to a former undisputed champion. How did he lose to a former undisputed champion when he beat Tio to become the unified champion? That don't even make sense.
All I say is this. It's your boy BBO. It's your boy D-Free. This the Roll with the Punches podcast. We back. We're gonna do about 8, 9 o'clock. What you think, Free?
Yeah, like 8.
Okay, so we be back at 8 o'clock. Don't miss it. Pause. Y'all gonna be seeing me give D-Free a beatdown. Pause. He said Lopez wasn't focusing that fight, and his hands became like stone, where he started putting too much and not focused on his training. That's a fact, Anthony. That's the realest thing I heard. Tio also had a esophagus issue. Salute to my girl Quickly making fun of that brother almost dying in the ring. He almost died to make that weight. We don't want to bring that up, but he lost to, also he lost to an undisputed champion at 135. So what happened? But we're going to be back tonight at 8 o'clock. Don't miss it. It's the Roll with the Punches podcast, and we gone. Peace.